Welcome to Inner Peace Arts Unscripted. I'm your host, James Coleman. I'm a writer, speaker, and coach on personal development, spirituality, and social change. You can find my work, some of my work anyway, at innerpeacearts.wordpress.com. Check me out on Facebook and Twitter at innerpeacearts1, and email me at innerpeacearts@wordpress.com. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about marketing and see where it goes. The topic about marketing is really about how it's that which gets you to look at the product, right? And of course, if someone doesn't look at the product, they can't buy the product, right? So it makes sense logically. There's nothing wrong with it there. And being a great marketer is a separate skill than being a product creator, right? You can make a great product, be a terrible marketer. You can be a fantastic marketer and make terrible product. But I'm not really going there. What's interesting about it is that fascinates me that it's so important to people and to the sales process. And yes, I get it that it's part of the logical steps of, selling a product. But still, there's something quite odd to me about how much marketing is you need to market as opposed to people acting to meet their need, right? So what am I getting at? I'm getting at that marketing is the tool that makes people, that pulls that desire out of them, rather than people actually having the desire in and of themselves to solve the problem. And maybe because marketing is about things that people don't care about and we're making them care about them, or it's things that they don't know how to care about them and we're helping them care about them. I'm not sure. And listen, I also understand that you can spin it either way. You can spin it negatively or spin it positively. But, sometimes, for me anyway, it just seems to be not right that you have to do all this marketing stuff to get people to do what at the end of the day is actually better for themselves. I guess that frustrates me. Maybe it frustrates others. I'm not saying that I'm not going to be willing to address it. I think the world is as it is, and if you want to get something out of it, you have to address it as it is. You can't address it according to your fantasy, otherwise you will be buried by your fantasy. But I'm still, working through the kind of emotional attachments I have to people doing what they need to do and recognizing it in a short conversation. But it's not true. The messages need to be repeated over and over again. You need to find ways to appeal to things that they want, make connections to how your product solves it. And if your product is solving a problem that's difficult for them to deal with, well, then you have to work through that as well. And I'm not saying that marketing is easy. I don't think it is. I think we underestimate the complexity of the communication and, what do you say, where do you say it, how do you say it, how often do you say it, with what people, with what mediums, with what cultural images and icons do you use, what references do you use. And all of this is involved in the marketing. And you have to do it. And the marketing is, there's an element of marketing to any kind of influence that you want to make. So it's not just a product, it's, going through the list, it's getting a job, getting a, finding a love interest, attracting a love interest, getting that love interest interested in you, um, you know, um, whatever you want, trying to convince somebody to pick up, an idea of yours to implement at work or at job or at home, at a job or at home, and all of it involves marketing. What's their perception of you? How do you interpret their perception of you? How do you address it? How do you use incidental factors to work in your favor, etc.? So, listen, I'm aware of all that. But I also know that our core emotional responses to the issue influence how we respond to that issue in real time. And I guess that's the other point of me talking about marketing in this way, because I'm sharing a core emotional response to my dislike for it, and how I'm recognizing that that dislike is going to come through in some way. So I have to address the dislike. So the first thing I do to address the dislike is to be aware of it, talk about it. The second thing I do is to go through the logical arguments against the dislike, and then make positive emotional attachments to the goal that I want to achieve through the task that I dislike. So in this case, it's marketing, and the feeling like it shouldn't need to be done, don't have to do it. Why do people want it? Why are people so affected by it? Because I find myself less and less overall affected by marketing. But then every once in a while, you see an ad for some restaurant, and you're like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I want, and you go. All right, so I'm not saying that I am immune. That would be ridiculous. But there are larger kind of, certainly the larger cultural sales pitches are immediately rejected. So it's just small, minor ones like that, and not that often. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm sharing today. Marketing, a dislike, addressing it, and then making the steps to actually do it and embrace it and do it well. This has been James Coleman, Inner Peace Arts Unscripted, and I hope that you find this useful in all of your influence endeavors. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Have a great day.